Welcome to the DorkLair live stream. Today we are going to talk all things Mythic Legions. We do have a little bit of toy news and some other lines, but contrary to the introduction there, the amazing Braku Prime intro, Chris and Larry are not here today, but we've got some wonderful guests on here. Will White, aka Billy Beige Customs, taking the place of Larry there with the muscles. And we've got Jonathan Doneth, aka Hedgehog Action, to come in here. And what we're going to do today is we're going to run through dozens of predictions for the Rising Suns Mythic Legions wave that's going to be revealed at G-Con next month during Mythic Weekend. So, welcome, guys. Will, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. Jonathan, what's going on?
What's going on, Bill? What's going on, Will? Thank you for having me also. I'm happy to be here and talk some toys and hopefully get into some wacky predictions.
Yeah, there's some good ones in there. Excuse me. Let's check in with the chat here, and then we'll share recent pickups and stuff. So who was first? So according to my thing here, Dave Orkin was very first at 7:25. He was an hour early. Rob was also here on the early schedule there. And then we also had Kirby Smith, Cloud Foxwell, Stephanie Ork was here. Who else we got? Joe Gonsalves, David Williams, King Castle Seeger.
Hey now.
And T. Bellet, Alberta Magana, Tanya McCoy, and Michael Casper. Michael Casper's always good for some predictions. Always got the really insightful kind of predictions there. I don't think I have a Michael Casper prediction in my list though.
Michael Casper prediction.
J-Mac, Maverick. That's funny because when I see that, I think of myself, and it's actually Billy Beige that he's talking to right there. Yep.
It's always a surprise to me too.
I definitely have a Maverick prediction on the list.
Ooh, yeah.
Cyber Rat is here. Fortress Madamus, Kevin Boots, TJ Williams, Trevor Williams' brother, right? TJ Williams. I always see TJ on Trevor's streams. I feel like this might be one of the first time I've seen TJ on a DorkLair stream. NYC Figure Fanatic. Len LaGuardia.
What?
Nice. Look at this. We got a turnout here. Blaze Bear. Steph is saying female dwarves.
Oh, I'm hoping.
That'd be cool. Like a real female dwarf, not like Ragna, but like a female dwarf body. Bill English is here. What is up? Luis Mejia. Hello, my name is. Let's see. Slot Mock. Kevin Boots with the $5 super chat. Hit that like button. Thank you very much, Kevin Boots.
Boots.
Listen to him. Hit the
Yeah.
button.
So, recent pickups. Anything, Will?
Oh shoot! I had where I made a run to some discount stores today, so I got like a couple Origins Horde Troopers for like real cheap. I got the Avatar Colonel Quaritch figure for $2, and I had where I checked out a Barnes and Noble because I was looking for the Toy Collector magazine. They're supposed to be at they're supposed to be at Barnes and Noble. There's not one around me, but they might have been at Books A Million. I checked it out. Did not find one, so I gotta report back to him and let him know that they're not at Books A Million, so maybe they need to get in there.
Yeah. So did you get to a Barnes and Noble or no?
I didn't get to the Barnes and Noble. I got to Books A Million.
Okay.
They're interchangeable in my head because it's like,
Yeah. And Jonathan, how about you?
A couple just recently. It was a quiet couple of weeks since the Mask of the Red Death came in. But first, these guys came in. My Plunder Strongs.
Nice.
Ooh, they came in. And then I was at the Target by my work today, and I finally got Strongheart.
Nice.
So I'm
Nice.
pumped up for that. That's
Thank
the
you
first
for being
one.
on the lookout for me with the NECA stuff. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's no problem, man. I'm just saying. That's no
What Ninja Turtle was that?
Casey Jones,
Nice.
red shirt.
Ooh.
And then when I got home, this guy was on my porch. The
Hell
Jada
yeah.
Toys Booberry figure.
Oh, okay.
So I'm super
Interesting.
pumped up about this.
Nice.
Yeah, I got the Frankenberry and the Count Chocula already, and they're hysterical. So, but that's
What are they? Are they action figures or are they? Yeah, let me see the back of that thing.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
action
that's a window box. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
window
they articulate and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Booberry comes on a stand, so I don't think his tail can do anything, but his head is articulated. Yeah. He's got arms, hands, and then the Frankenberry and the Count Chocula obviously are articulated. Obviously.
Yeah. That's nice. Those are cool.
So yeah, they're just funny, right up my alley. I've always been a fan of the monster cereals, and wacky stuff like that. And Halloween is probably my favorite time of the year. So when they were announced, I was like, I need them immediately. And they're not that expensive. They're like I don't know, $30 or less. Man, I think this guy might have been like $20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Jada Toys are like really affordable, so it's like it's making me toe into that rabbit hole there. Like after getting that Street Fighter figure, I'm like, maybe
their Creature from the Black Lagoon figure is awesome.
Oh, I want that one.
Wow, they're doing everything, huh?
Yeah, they've been doing Universal Monsters, and that one I can tell you from experience is really, really cool.
Oh, nice. Great! By next week I'm gonna have the damn thing. Thanks, Jonathan.
Yeah, I'm sorry, and you're welcome.
They're doing. Hey, that's my line. Hey, they're doing Chester Cheetah as well, the Cheetos guy.
I've got him on pre-order already.
Let's do one prediction here because we got Michael Casper with us, so let's read his prediction. We're gonna do predictions after the news, all right, and we're gonna read a ton of people's predictions, but I want to get the news out of the way first because the predictions are gonna take us to the end, and like we may not get through all of them. So, Scapular version 2, which I wish I had it over here. That was one of my recent pickups from Kevin, like Scapular 2 or Scapular in my possession now, finally. Which I wasn't actively looking for it. Nice, mounted on the horse there. I wasn't actively looking for it, but when he messaged me with a great price, I was like, yes, please, because I'm trying to be good financially before LegionsCon. But let's see, Scapular 2, skeletal horse. So maybe like a skeletal horse to go with Scapular 2. Atlas version 2. Bear steed. Yak ogre. That's like from the box, from the old, like, is it like Wasteland box, right? It's like a yak faced ogre, right? That feels like that's a good possibility. Thord version 2, female 1.0 barbarian. I mean, we have those arms now, right? Female 1.0 dwarf. It kind of would go hand in hand with a female barbarian, right? Just give the shorter legs and stuff. And a rogue 2.0 assassin. I don't know what's 2.0. Okay, a 2.0 body assassin character. Yeah, cool. Awesome.
I believe that's a Rouge assassin.
Yeah, that is actually Rouge. I was going to call it out. All right. Let's see here. All right, so let's hold the predictions. We're going to talk predictions later. My pickups. So in addition to the Scapular, thanks again, Kevin. I got my Von Box Season of Influence DorkLair heads.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
So there's one. So when they messaged me and we're talking about Emil Wickman and Brian Burke, they messaged me about it and said, like, come up with a description and we'll make the head and it'll be one of our subscription boxes. And like my immediate thing went to like my dog and like just some kind of like thing to like kind of pay tribute to my dog and just to get like a canine into the collection, like something canine like. And then I started thinking like, what's like an alien kind of canine type thing? And then I went to Bothans from Star Wars, which we've only really seen in like the EU images and stuff, but that's kind of the combination. It was like I kind of want something canine and then something but like alien Bothan like that can go with cosmic, right? And so there's one of the two heads. I like this one better. This is my favorite of the two. This one's more humanoid, more human like, or like, I don't know, a little more sentient or something. I don't know how to describe it.
Is it a named head?
I haven't given it a name, and I don't think they gave it a name.
Oh, that's easy. You gotta name him Manny.
What's that?
You gotta name him Manny.
Manny Bothans. And this one's more critter-like, which is cool. And they're both canine. They both have canine like snouts. So yeah. So there's the other one, which is really cool. I could kind of feel this one being a little more on the mythic side, and the other one being a little more on the cosmic side of things. And then I also got my first G.I. Joe classified figure in like probably like 2 years. And that is, pull it back a little bit. Snow Job.
Awesome.
This was one of my favorites as a kid, and I didn't ski as a kid, but I am now. I love skiing, and I go skiing every year, multiple times. We have a condo up on a mountain, and just to have a skiing, in an awesome skiing action figure. This thing is really good, super posable, moves really well. It just feels like really nice quality. So dipping back in a little bit to the classified stuff.
I haven't gotten too many classifieds over the last 2 years, but based on the ones that I've gotten, like they've really hit their stride. Like I got the Copperhead like a couple of months ago.
I want that one.
He looks awesome right out of the box, feels awesome. And there's a lot more that I want to get. Like I saw Shipwreck today. I need to get Shipwreck. I'm kind of impressed with what they're doing over there.
I'm excited for when they get out Big Boa. I saw the preview for that one. I was just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and the Duke and Scarlet they showed, just the retro ones, like they just look perfect. So I'll be getting at least those two, and a couple others here and there. Aside from those in this, like I'll mostly just be on the lookout for like clearance stuff, but I'm definitely like more willing to like dip back in right now with the kind of the real classic looks we're seeing there.
Ooh, look at Casper picking up Sir Godfrey.
Ooh,
nice.
Kador.
Isn't Michael already complete, or is he just talking about like getting carded like doubles or something?
I'm not sure. I know Brad is complete, right? I think Brad is complete. I don't know if Mike is or not.
Okay, maybe Michael isn't. All right. Just checking the chat one more time.
Mm-hmm.
It's my dork in a box.
Oh, Bill, can I ask you before we get too far away from it? As far as those, the Season of Influence subscription boxes,
are
they only available if you had the subscription previously, or is there another way to sort of get in on those?
So like the prior month, if you subscribe, you get the next month.
Right.
So if you subscribe right now, you get Trevor's next month. I believe.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's Trevor's next month. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's a way to get the DorkLair Season of Influence one
that's
now.
That's what I was leading into. Yeah.
Because those are already shipped. So I think now if you subscribe, you're getting the November month one you're subscribing for.
What a cool
It's definitely
idea,
worth
though.
it. Like I did it for a few months. It's, getting the painted ones, it can get expensive because it's a good price, but it's 2 heads. It's 2 painted heads a month. That's a lot, no matter how you look at it, no matter who's selling them, like it's going to be a lot of money. So, so yeah, like I did it for a few months. It was, what the heck were they? Like I got it was like the animals wave where there was like birds and sharks and stuff like that. And then there's a couple skulls and stuff. But yeah, I'm eager to see what Trevor comes up with for an idea, and then how the guys execute that idea. It'll be fun to see.
Definitely.
And okay. Let's check out some news here. Got 77 people. We're popping. People want to do some predictions here. All right, so Billy Beige is excited for the Halloween boy, the demon who lives.
Yes, it's based on a comic book that I have not read, but it really reminds me of like Mike Mignola Hellboy stuff. So I'm like, Halloween, I'm in there. I'm right there with Jonathan, where I'm just like, it's like my favorite holiday. And you put Halloween in the name, I'm at least going to look at it. Like, it looks like classifieds a little bit. So I'm like, hey, Halloween.
If you squint, it kind of looks like barbecue.
Oh, snap. Yep. Halloween barbecue. Halloween barbecue sounds great.
Heck yeah, man. Nice fall barbecue.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful weather.
So that's the latest one. I feel like there's like one a week or something like that, or one or two a week they're like putting up for pre-order. Some of these, like the Halloween Naughty or Nice figures, are like 2025 on the list. I don't know what this one is. I didn't catch it when I was pulling it, but some of these are like a ways out.
I'm thinking this one has where it's going to be next year, because they still have like the first wave of Monster Force to come out.
Yeah.
And this one was where they showed it at which toy fair was it? It feels like there's one every month now. But hopefully this is coming out next year. And they have been dropping them about every week, every other week, one or two. But I'm really waiting for their like colorway of the veteran werewolf, because it's supposed to be in this line, and maybe that one's the next one. Maybe it'll be the next one. They've done some awesome like special forces zombies and stuff that are like, they'll go in your collection, but like, oh, I just want it to be here already.
Yeah. But that first wave must be coming fairly soon. That was like a year ago, right?
Yeah.
That it went up, so I would imagine those are around the corner. Trevor says he thinks this might be the last one in wave 2 or season 2, whatever wave this is. And I thought it's cool that like Gridiron is working with these guys now as well. Those sculptures for the weapons and whatnot. Yeah,
because originally I thought they were just like 3D printed parts and other stuff like that, but like this is fully injected, fully molded.
Yeah, they're clearly moving up to the bigger world here of manufacturing.
Mm-hmm. And it says fourth quarter 2024 for him, so that's that second wave there. And I think the first wave has where it's first quarter 2024. So
okay. Yeah, that's, I mean, at this point we're, it's a quarter away.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Trevor wants all of these. The figures do look super cool. I've resisted pre-ordering the Monster Force so far. I will get some. But like I'm pretty sure I want Dracula of that first wave, I probably will get some, but I'm resisting the urge to be like, just like order and just like kind of like over commit. So I'm just keeping it at 0 for now, but eventually I'll pick up a few.
I know with some of these, it has where, at least they've shown on their Facebook page, Fresh Monkey Fiction, for the Naughty or Nice Halloween one. Yeah, it depends on the pre-orders they get through Big Bad Toy Store, even though it's no money down, but like if they actually get made, and I think they were a couple hundred away for like the larger figures, and actually we're really close on the kind of smaller. I can't remember exactly how they were, but the
little 5 POA elf ones, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess Monster Force is doing well, because I haven't seen a page about them going like, "Hey, we need 100 more here or 50 more here." But if you're thinking about the Halloween ones, just go pre-order them. I want that fat pumpkin man.
Maybe I should probably put in a pre-order for one of those. Those are cool. And so these are right around the corner, because these are boxed factory picks. So the Naughty or Nice Christmas Wave 2 that they put up for pre-order like last year when that first wave hit, and including this Barbarian Santa, and then there's like that Father Frost, what's like a Father Christmas looking like, blue suited Santa. There's the mall, the angry mall Santa and stuff. So yeah, these should be hitting soon. I did end up just pre-ordering the pirate because I saw that it's like Pirate Santa is like about to sell out. There's like 3 to 5 left or something like that on Big Bad Toy Store. So I ended up just like stashing one of those in my pile of loot because I had been meaning to get that last year, and I just kind of Christmas passed, and I just I just forgot about him, But yeah, I'll have that one coming for sure, and I'm gonna get a couple of these as well.
Definitely good call on that because that Pirate Santa is like one of the badass ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool line, and like the figures are solid. They're really nice. I mean, I only have the regular Santa, but I love it.
He is
They're
fantastic.
classic.
I thought about going back for like the Cyborg Santa, but
Yep.
I forgot all the ones they have in the second wave, like a Gremlin King.
Yep.
Was it just Krampus in regular Santa clothes? They have the nasty Krampus coming out.
Some of these were on sale last week. The 2 Wave 1 Krampuses were both on sale last week for a great price.
Oh, I missed that. Nuts.
Okay. I need to find out what this means. Gifted 10 DorkLair memberships. I'm going to go into my stream, my actual YouTube stream, to find out what the heck that means.
I think it's where people in the chat, instead of like sending a super chat, they can like pay to make other people channel members.
Okay. So are people claiming those like in the chat, or do they just like randomly assign them to people, or like how does that work?
I don't know how that part works actually, but I've seen
I
that
hope
happen in other streams. So
I hope I don't have to assign them because I didn't do it last week when you did it. Okay. I believe it's a drop of random 1-month memberships, and the claim is random. Okay. Thank you, Cloud.
yeah, I see it happen a lot on like Dan Who's stream. So,
ooh,
okay,
so I know
cool.
Cloud would know it from there for sure.
Well, that's awesome, Joe. Thank you so much, man. Get them hooked. Give them a little freebie. Get them hooked on it. I got to do more member exclusive content. Like early, a video and just drop it early. I do want to do. I want to get back to doing some, short, very casual live streams.
They're really cool.
It's just weird because you can't really use StreamYard with it, so it's just kind of it's a little awkward setting that up and doing that. Okay. All right, let's see what's next on the list. Speaking of G.I. Joe, we've got the Mezco 112 Collective Duke that went up for pre-order the other day. Standard release, so you can get this at comic shops. You can get this online at web shops and all that stuff. Dude is loaded with stuff. And $112.
Yeah, looks great. I did get the Mezco Destro, and that's the only one that's arrived so far. And I think that figure is incredible. It's one of the best figures of the year to me. And I already have the Roadblock on pre-order, but that's all I've pre-ordered from the Mezco's G.I. Joes, just because, each one is expensive and I just have too much stuff. So I'm gonna let Duke go by, but I got my eyes on the line because the Destro is so good. If they come out with I don't even know who a wacky character, I might go back in.
It looks good. Someone posted online where it was they showed the head sculpt and they were like Lizard Man Duke, and I'm like, oh no, all I see is like characters from V now, or like underneath that skin is a lizard person. But
that's the only part I'm not super sold on is the head sculpt. I wish I had some of the more pictures on there, but I spent a lot of time doing the quotes today, so I didn't have time. But it looks good. I'm not going to order this. I don't know how. I'm still on the fence about the Mezco G.I. Joe stuff. I do have Destro. It is awesome, and that's the one thing that's kind of keeping me like thinking maybe I will collect these, but it is expensive.
Yeah.
Side note, Will, you said V, and most of the time when I talk about V, I feel like people don't even know what I'm talking about. If Mezco somehow, by some miracle, did V figures, I would pass out from joy.
I could see them doing it.
I would love
That's
that.
the weird stuff that they love to do.
I would love
Mez,
it if
if
they
you're
did
listening.
it because they had where they did Nightmare on Elm Street, so they have Robert Englund's maybe they can get Robert Englund's license there, so you can have
Mhm.
like you got the Robert Englund one, pop that head off, have like another character, just this universal body, and just have where you can buy like 2 or 3 of them, just have a couple V lizard people. That'd be dope. Mezco, do it.
I mean, they've kind of that's the type of thing they've done before, like a generic body with some different swap out heads, like the nautical, the you know the what do you call it, the Nautilus crew, right? Like that type of thing, and the barbarian builder pack, right? Like those. That's the kind of thing you're talking about.
I'd buy it.
With like a rubber mask that comes off.
Oh, definitely. Just like
totally
one
do
head where it's like one throwback one. So it's
Yeah.
like that old action figure where it has a smaller lizard head in there.
And we got this Turtles of the Universe. Is that what it's called?
It's something. Yeah.
Turtles of the Universe. Just a new line. I thought I would share it. Not something I'll collect, but I think the idea of turtles on that Origins body seems like very, I don't know, appropriate. But yeah.
Yeah, the idea of using that kind of system with Ninja Turtles is really cool. Some of the ones they have though, it feels like they could have been crazier. Like they're really streamlined. Like this one's getting there where it's got like a barefoot here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's not quite that gross out stuff. Like this one, other than having like turtle shells kind of like put into Man-at-Arms there, I'm like, it's just Man-at-Arms.
It's just Man-at-Arms. Yeah,
Just
that's how I feel like with turtle gear. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and he's bearing up. Krang gets there. I would have liked the little Krang to be like somehow more gross and weird in there, but I do like the head.
Yeah.
This is the best figure out of the wave. This one right here.
This to me utilizes the two, like the mashup the best. Like it kind of like puts all of it together like in a really good way that makes a ton of sense and is just wacky and it just feels right.
Yeah, I'll pick this one up at full price because like looking at the little mouser legs on the side of his waist, I'm like, I bet those pop off and I can put it on that mouser attachment and have him running around with his little mouser buddy.
Yeah,
that's my jam. That's my jam.
Yeah. And then they showed some packaging.
You can makes a lot of sense.
Like, good guy packaging here and then bad guy packaging here. You can see Shredder up in the top right there. Yeah. Man-at-Arms. So maybe this is the first wave. Leonardo, He-Man, Donatello, Man-at-Arms. All the kind of regular sized figures. I'm thinking.
Yeah, because that Krang with like Krang body's got to be like Andre the Giant size when they had the WWE figures.
Right. I mean, yeah, and no Raphael, like that. I'm sure they're in wave 2 or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then so just yesterday we got the news that their breakout sessions are going to be much more streamlined this year for LegionsCon. So those are going. I will be involved in the day 1, the Saturday sessions. So there's going to be 2 beginner pop and swap. This is just getting started with customizing. And it's going to be very similar to last year's pop and swap session, except there's going to be 2 sessions, one at 1:00 and then the next one right after that at 2:15. All of these sessions, you need to just kind of keep track of your time and get in line. It's not a ticketed thing. You just have to line up like you would at a classic con and just get in line and hopefully you'll be there. If you do go to the pop and swap session, bring a figure or 2, stop at the horseman table, get a couple figures that you think might mix well together and bring them. And then we will, there's quite a few people out there who have never popped a figure apart. And so We'll walk you through it. We'll have some like, Len will be there. Curtis will be there. I'm
I think
sure some.
Joe Vassapolo should be there.
Yeah. Joe should be there. We'll see who else. But yeah, so it's gonna be a fun time. And they kept it to like little bit later in the day so that people can have their mornings and be on the show floor, stand in lines, go shop around, socialize and all that, and then get to this, lunch or after lunch time of those 2 days.
Yeah, last year that was like one of the more exciting things because, like you said, not a lot of people have like popped and swapped, and they were just like, "Oh my god, this comes apart." And then like I was at the Wolf King table, people were coming back and just being like, "Look what I did!" And how really like they pop things together. I'm just like, "That's awesome." He's like, it's like they fell in love with it again.
Yeah. Yep. And so it's just like dipping your toes into customizing. That's what popping and swapping is. It's just like the first step. And then, Len, he might have some, I'm trying to remember what the plan is, but there might be a situation where there could be some like 3D printed parts and stuff where you can maybe like, start thinking about how you might get into like customizing in addition to the popping and swapping, which will bring you to like the basic painting on Sunday that Jeremy and who else is doing that one? I can't remember who that is. Whose
I don't recognize
logo
that
is.
logo.
I'm trying to remember who it is. I'm gonna check my email. Let me see here.
Oh god, I watched the show yesterday, Tom, and I forgot.
Yeah, I watched Mythic Customs when or Mythic Conversations when
Somebody will remind us in the chat.
Oh, never mind. I knew Eric was doing one, but he's doing the
Maybe?
expert.
Maybe, right? David Williams?
David Williams? David Williams. Okay.
David Williams.
There you go.
There you go. That sounds
Sweet.
right.
Thank you. Awesome. Sweet. And then, so that'll be basic painting stuff. Jeremy's going to be there, so there'll be some dry brushing tips. And then the one, I guess, is it directly after that? Yeah. Right after that one, there's going to be advanced painting with Dennis Derby and Eric Miller. And Eric Miller is in the house as well here right now. Yep.
Oh, and Lynn said there will be some 3D parts towards the end of the session.
Okay, cool. Do a brief overview towards the end. Cool. Awesome. I'm so pumped to be involved in this, and it's gonna be an awesome time. Just gonna be a fun weekend. My goal is like I don't know. It's almost like I'm treating it like a New Year's resolution or something, but like my like mantra is going to be like to not like as much trying to cover the show as a content creator, and to just more so just like be there in the present and just like enjoy it more. I will take photos and post and stuff, but like oftentimes I'll be taking photos and posting right on the show floor, and it's just like it's over the course of a day, it just takes up so much time and pulls you away. And like last year I did the review day one, which I'm not doing any reviews during that weekend. Like it's just too much. So yeah, I want it to be like relaxed and just fun and just hanging out with you guys,
That's my plan too. Just like if I do anything, it'll be like Friday night setting up and be like, this is what's out there. Come see this person's booth and things like that. Other than that, it's going to be like selling stuff, hanging out, enjoying everybody's company.
By the way,
I kind of feel. No, go ahead.
Okay. While this is on my mind, I want to let everybody know that next week we're going to have a guest on. Jesse Stasio from Toy Pizza Glios is going to be on the DorkLair. Next Thursday, same time, 8:30 p.m. He's going to be on here. Billy, maybe you can come back on that next week too, so that we have, a Glios collector in it. Yeah. So
yeah, I think I'm free. I'd be super excited to be there.
Sweet.
I'll dig out
let's do that.
Is Jesse going to be at the show?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. There's a whole bunch of different, Glios artists that are going to be there. Let's see here. Okay, and then the most recent news is that Mythic Weekend has a full-on schedule. You can go to Four Horsemen, sourcehorseman.com, and you can check out the whole schedule. And to me, sort of the most interesting thing of this announcement here was GCon, because we got a lot of info about GCon, including a theme and a little storyline to pique our interest. The Dark Four have returned. Their armies march toward the center of Mythos in the Castle of Four Sides. It is here where the Legions of Light will make their stand and defend the realm, just as they did in the First Great War. Atlas Leosir, the lost son of Leandor, has returned to his kingdom. He brings with him the full strength of the House of the Noble Bear, joining his barbarian force with the four armies of the Legions of Light. Together, these heroes will face the greatest evils the realm of Mythos has ever seen. And so, the Second Great War begins. Atlas has returned.
Badass. This is, it just gives me chills. It's like, I can't
Did
wait.
you listen to the latest? I think it's the latest Euro Legions podcast, or one of the latest ones, where
I haven't yet.
Malcolm reads this.
Oh yeah,
It's like heaven in your ear.
Yeah, I heard about it. I haven't actually listened to it yet.
It's so good.
It's funny. Like, I used to listen to so many podcasts, so many. And now it's like I don't listen to as many anymore, and I don't know why. I guess like I'm not running as much as I used to. And that's when I would listen. I would go for like 7-8 mile runs and just like listen to like hours of podcasts on a run. But and then we have the details about the event. So it's going to be held. It's a private event. It's going to be this year at the hotel, like at a conference room or whatever in the hotel. Okay. It will be, of course, broadcast live on the YouTube channel. It's going to go all day, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then it'll end with the pre-order of the Rising Suns Wave. And that's the Friday the 10th.
That's kind of cool that they're going to have it at the hotel, but I understand that it, from what Jeremy said last night, it doesn't mean that there's like limitless room. They still have like a fixed amount of space, and they need to make sure that they have the people that were already scheduled to be there in there and stuff like that.
Right. So Thursday is the Intern for a Day event. I'll be there with Toy Bro. Awesome. I am the +1 with Toy Bro. And nice. The Intern for a Day attendees will be at the that's the audience for the GCon broadcast. Nice. I hope they like start it with filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Oh God, have the little applause sign off to the side.
They don't need it. Like,
oh no, they don't.
People just go nuts at that thing.
Yeah, I managed to worm my way into GCon, so I'll be there. Nice. But like they did say they were going to try to like have where they bring the prototypes out of the room.
That would be great. That would be perfect.
Like pedestal display thing so people can just gawk. Be great.
Yeah. I mean, remember last year they had a case set up, if they could find a way to do a case that's like easily like open it up, put a figure in and close it, like they could potentially like do that.
I think I've seen it. Some of the videos of the shows this year. They've had like they have like where some like museums have where they have the glass is bolted from the bottom, but it's open from the top.
Oh right, yeah.
Maybe
just drop it in.
I don't know. They're always doing something amazing. They'll figure it out.
Dave and Steph will be at the Intern.
Nice.
And yeah, this will be my first Intern.
Oh, you're in,
dude. You're gonna have a blast, dude. I'm so jealous. It's so cool, and the fact that you get to be there with Jared and the Orkins, and I think there's a bunch of other really cool people that are gonna be there. This sounds like it is gonna be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I gotta clear off my phone from the pictures from last year, and I'm thinking about making a slideshow of intern from last year to put on YouTube, just so I can have them there. I think I might try work on it this weekend and get that up, because like there's so many little like little figures and things like that just randomly around.
Yeah.
It's like I Spy for the history of the Horsemen.
Yeah, it's funny. I went to GCon last year. They invited me to go, but I didn't go into any other areas. You know what I mean? Because I had never been in those other areas, and I didn't feel comfortable, like, and whatever. So I just stayed in the sort of the cafeteria side and the GCon side in the lobby there. So yeah, it'll be fun to just like see the place. I didn't get any sort of tour or anything last year. It was such a busy day. So
Definitely
So
can't
yeah,
wait.
get your phone ready for
last
pictures.
yeah, last year for you, for the one you were at, Bill. So they had the presentation table with Jeremy and Eric and the guys in the big room with the audience. The same one, was that right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Because in
Yeah, we
prior
were all
years
in the
they've
same
done
room.
it where the crowd was in the big giant room, and
Yeah.
then the guys were doing the show from down the hall in like the main studio room, which
Yeah.
was cool, but probably a little bit more awkward than having everybody in the same spot.
Yeah, especially for the live stream audience. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you're detached one audience with a little bit of a delay, and then you have this other audience watching that delay happen, like that could be a little awkward, and that's how I
Mm-hmm.
experienced it. Um, all right. Okay, let's get into the predictions. We're going to see a lot of this one.
Oh yeah,
Atlas and Scapular, I think the two most popular. Bearmount is probably the third most popular prediction. But yeah, so I mean, to me, those are probably Atlas two. Literally, the description says Atlas returns. That feels like the most likely scenario or the most obvious thing, which makes me wonder. Maybe it won't. Like sometimes they will throw something out there as like a misdirect, and it could be that. We'll see.
if they don't do Atlas 2, I mean, like, I feel like
Yeah, they
it's
they
been
gotta.
so long. They gotta get him back out there. They did Gorgo 2, they did Attila 2.
But remember what they did last year, where they had the whole Necronominus wave, and then
Mm-hmm.
they had a whole second Necronominus wave when they did the All Star
All stars.
6.
I'm gonna predict right now from how they worded the description there, where it was like Atlas and stuff, and join the four legions together. If they do that, the Sons of Red Star would be that kind of second one more than that's
Right.
the prediction.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good prediction. Oh, so we got another Atlas 2. We have a bear, a barbarian queen. That's interesting. So Atlas is the barbarian king, right? So a barbarian queen to go with him. A named brute scale barbarian. So or just any brute scale barbarian, right? Like that
Mm-hmm.
that's something, and that feels like the right body for like a big old
Oh yeah.
barbarian, right? Like just feels right. What are you
I was
giggling
laughing
about,
at
Jonathan?
I was laughing at Trevor's comment. Atlas 2,
Barbarian
Barbarian
Boogaloo.
Boogaloo.
Okay. Some of these are wordy. This is not the longest one.
Oh boy.
Morgulith 2. Which is interesting because, like this is supposedly or theoretically a Sons of the Red Star Noble Bear wave, right? But like some people are talking here still a little bit about Necronominus, right? Morgulith 2. She was voted as a figure who needed an update, and the Horsemen listened to feedback. A female character who figures into mythos and just got deposed, sort of, and replaced by Thrasis. She will have a new role in Necronominus's army. A new mount would be cool. So that's period. New idea. And so the thing about this is there should be, based on the story and based on the origins of the House of the Noble Bear and the Sons of the Red Star, like the House of the Noble Bear is an offshoot of the army of Leodicius, right? And the Sons of the Red Star is an offshoot of Necronominus, because Scapular was a member of Necronominus. So like those connections are interesting to me, and that pits in some ways that pits the army of Leodicius up against Necronominus kind of too, which is typically not the pairing, right? Like, so there's some interesting like pairings and cross faction concepts potential here. So that's why I'm not writing off something like a Morgulith 2, because there could be some cross faction movement too, right? Like if she was feeling a bit rebellious from being deposed by Thrasis, maybe she's gonna join Scapular or something, or maybe Gerard and Veterus, Lord Veterus, maybe they actually were successful and they kicked Scapular out and he runs back to Necronominus or something like that. But anyway, it's just riffing.
It's funny. As soon as I saw Morgulith 2, I thought two things. I was like, that would be awesome because I would love that. And two, no way, because she was a popular guest last year for Necronominus and it didn't pop up. But, kind of along the same lines of what you're saying, there is some precedent too for characters switching factions.
Yep.
Even in this reinforcements wave, was it the Gold Knight that's in a different faction now?
Yep. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a new Gold Knight, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's like a swap. I would just say, hey, more than one faction can use the same color.
Yeah. That's been clarified by Jeremy as well.
Yeah.
It's not like a defection.
But
I get your point. Like this has been happening. Like there have been cross faction movements going on.
Yeah, I could see a Morgulith 2, maybe not this wave, but again, like once the clash happens, the Great War gets into effect.
Right.
Maybe there could be a wave in the future where it's just like, oh, these bone bags went over here, or the human people had where they died and now they're over here.
Right. Yeah.
It'd be cool.
So then following that up, Steve says a new mount would be cool. Expanding the mercenaries will be interesting, as it could go anywhere. As only the 4 horsemen know the full story. Now the mercenaries, that's the Sons of the Red Star, right? Like those are the mercenaries, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we have Kieran. Kieran says barbarian diorama pieces. Now I think Kieran might be the only one who mentioned this concept, like a fireside diorama piece or a wild barbaric throne of some sort would be cool. Don't mind the random quotation mark at the bottom there. It's just like floating.
If they were going to do an accessory pack, finally, kind of like they just did in the last wave of Cosmic, this would be the more fitting wave that kind of goes, hey, they're unaffiliated a little bit and they start to get affiliated. This would be cool to have an accessory pack in.
Yeah. And then Kilted Cripple says, and I had to like highlight things here. This is so much text, but Winged Fairy, Mermaid Siren, new character Race. That's interesting. I'd be interested to see what kind of a race they might do. Like you could, we're starting to see like the formation of a lizard buck, right? Essentially. So you could have something in there. Not, I hope it's not just 2.0s as in version 2s, not necessarily 2.0 bucks, but version 2s of everything, I don't think it's going to be that. I think we'll get 1 or 2, like maybe it'll be Atlas and Scapular. Like a lot of people are speculating. Well, those will be the version 2s and we'll get a lot of new characters in addition to that. And then let's see here. I'm seeing lots of folks hoping we're finally getting Atlas's bear. That'd be great, but I'm not holding my breath. That's like the mistake I'm not going to make this year, where I was like, they're definitely not going to do a full skeleton horse, and they did. And it's like right now I'm tempted to say they're definitely not going to do a full bear mount, and maybe they will.
I'm just hoping so much they do.
Yeah, I think it'll. I think there's a good chance, and I think if they do, I think it's going to be spectacular.
Oh, I'm just hoping for the bear mount. I don't even care exactly about the articulation yet. I know it's gonna blow my mind, but like in my head, I'm gonna keep thinking back to like the first version of Beast Man from the concept stuff, where it was just a red bear with armor that stood on its hind legs. I'm like,
Yeah,
it'd be so cool if they had a bear that could stand on its hind legs and still be like a figure with all
right.
the articulation. Oh, I want it.
That would be sick.
Sick.
Um, so he says that the reason he's not holding his this is like weird logic I fall into sometimes, that I reflect on it and I start to think it doesn't quite make sense, especially in terms of like the way Four Horsemen think. But the logic is, if they had a bear sculpt on tap, it would have been a crime not to have it be a white polar bear buck that goes with Father Christmas. And like they would already, and they've done Father Christmas already, so it's like they're not going to do it, right? Like again, I find myself falling into that logic sometimes, but I'm not buying it here, and I often second guess myself when I make those kinds of like analyses.
Yeah, because I mean, like we got brown horse, we got black horse, we got ghost horse, we got skeleton horse, we got zombie horse, we got so many horses. If they do a bear, we're gonna get like Bear Palooza.
Yeah, and they don't need it. Doesn't like it's not like, well, they would have done it with Father Christmas, so they're not going to do it. I I don't buy that. I think that they don't need a bear with Father Christmas.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think
But
so.
they could definitely put out a polar bear
for sure. Oh yeah,
and you
separately.
can go with Father Christmas.
Like a golden compass style bear, polar bear type thing.
An
Yeah.
armored bear.
Give them a bottle of Coca-Cola.
Yes.
Atlas 2, Scapular 2. Yeah, but if we're getting Atlas 2, we need Scapular 2, no? I say yes. I think there's a good chance of that.
Oh, yeah.
Life of a Gundam. I want more knights. I think people might be I think there's a good amount of people who are a little knighted out and skeletoned out right now. The year of Necronominus was did not disappoint for the knight lovers.
Yeah, not me. More knights, more skeletons. Bring them on.
I'll take them too.
Don't listen to what Curtis says.
Let's see. I still think a bear, Mrs. Really Big Kid says, I still think a bear mount would be a weird choice sales wise. A wolf would make more sense. I can see people buying more than one wolf mount for a wolf pack. Same with deer stags, but a bear, I don't know, you could have a.
I think I disagree a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'd make room for at least 2 bears to make a little cave, put it in there, and hibernate.
Yeah.
And as soon as they put the first, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think wolves, I agree in that wolves are more army buildable. They'll be smaller, and it's just a pack of wolves seems like a thing that you'd want to kind of do. But I don't think that's going to keep them. I don't think that's the type of thing that's going to keep them from making a figure.
Yeah, because we've only had one moose so far. They haven't like reused it a bunch, but
Yeah.
they made it.
Mm-hmm. They can, and they could use those legs again and do like an elk or something, right? A different head.
Mm-hmm.
If they make a bear, they're going to sell 9 trillion of them. It's what's going to happen. Because people, as soon as the first bear comes out, you're going to see 90 polar bears. You're going to see pink bears, robot bears, everything.
Care Bears.
All the customizers will
There's
buy
gonna be
10
so
of
many
each
custom
one.
Care Bears. So many custom Care Bears.
That's brilliant. That is
one.
brilliant. Where's it? Call Emil immediately.
Call Emil, Eric, Jeremy's gonna get on it. He's gonna make Grumpy Bear.
Grumpy.
I mean,
isn't
isn't there like a House of the Noble Pooh Bear thing? Like,
yes.
So somebody, I feel like Winnie the Pooh would be like the first one.
I think Eric Treadway kind of like made that design a little bit, and then they got it onto the T-shirt with Motu Joe.
Yeah.
Teddy Ruxpin.
You know, somebody could do, you know, one of the, well, CJ could do a cloth shirt for Pooh Bear. All right, we need. You're not Pooh Bearing it right now, are you?
No, I'm not Pooh Bearing it right now.
Okay,
Or Porky Pigging it.
We
Wearing
need more
shorts.
Alberto says we need more female builders, barbarian style. Updated bodies would be ideal, and Atlas, Otho, and an articulated bear. Otho's interesting. Like if they don't end up doing Atlas, I could totally see Otho too, for sure.
And if not in like this, if they did like another like secondary wave like Necronominus with All Stars, definitely then, because that he was that friend to both brothers, and it's just
Yep.
like
Story wise, it would make
yeah.
a ton of sense.
Mm-hmm. More Barbican.
Brick something. So a pop and swappable 4-H bear, a Build-A-Bear?
Well done,
Sorry.
Brick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
That's-
makes me.
As a father of a 9-year-old, I approve.
My 9-year-old turns 10 on Saturday, and one of her birthday activities is I'm taking her to Build-A-Bear on Sunday.
Classic.
So I got
get ready to spend like $10,000.
the price has gone up. I take it.
They were
a
always
spot.
expensive. Grisha 2. There's an option. Sons of the Red Star Grisha.
Mm-hmm.
That was 100%. I guess the same thing too. I think that makes a lot of sense, and it feels like a possibility, right? Like I know it's a possibility, but it feels like something they might want to do.
That would be something that would be pretty cool, and I'd like to see. With just like Grisha as a character, because you don't know gender or anything like that. It was on a 2.0 body, but it'd be kind of neat if they did it again, but did it on that improved night body. It has where it's still slider. So yeah, a little bit there, maybe like throw in a little, just something, just
some cloth goods,
like have where it's again, since we don't know like what Grisha is, it would be neat if it's just like different, just different body type.
What if like they release a Snake Man and they just call it Grisha 2?
I'd be down.
So would I.
Here for it.
Slotbach says Grisha 2.0 is ruled out since he was in an all-star voting. But hey, if they do a full-on Snake Man, Snake Woman, Grisha.
It's in my head that Grisha outgrew the armor and shed it.
Shed the armor. There you go. I love it.
Yeah, that's why.
Eric Trudaway, are you listening? We have ideas. You need to hire us.
Take it. It's your idea to begin with. I just overheard it. Do it.
Whatever you're doing, you've got a couple of weeks to tweak it based on our ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Trevor's like, no.
He's like, shush, stop it.
Scapular 2, this is Patamus Prime. Scapular 2, I've got a feeling in my bones, also approved. Druther? Otho 2 and the Noble Bear itself. So we've got a few Otho 2s here. And, you know, the Noble Bear itself, the Noble Bear is Atlas. Atlas is the Noble Bear. But yeah, a bear mount, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brick something. You're here right now. Keep up that Terpiculi bone horse skate back momentum and give us a bear steed. Yep, I like that through line there, that logic. Fortress Madamus. I'm calling a 1.0 female barbarian using Vorga parts. Also, I can't claim credit for the idea, but now I'm convinced we're getting a bear mount. I predict that this is Laura. I predict that during the battle, Atlas's face will be sliced open, revealing a partial skull. This will reveal that he is actually a skeleton and has been working this whole time as a double agent.
I hate to tell you, Laura, we're all skeleton double agents.
we're all a little skeleton deep down inside. Atlas the Conqueror 2.0 from Chris Durant. Derek Simmons, Mephitor in night form, and for some reason a new race. Mephitor in night form. That's interesting.
That would be.
Mephitor is part. It seems like the Sons of the is he Sons of the Red Star?
What?
Like it seems like there's a lot of tributes in the Sons of the Red Star. And for a faction that has very, the smallest faction too. Like it's like a high percentage of like of tributes. Like how many are not tributes? 2, 1. Do you have that up?
3, I guess. Yeah, I have it up.
Do
You've
it.
got the only non like you've got Keltis, Viteris, Mephitor, Pixis, and Sir Gerard.
Yeah.
And then the other 3, Scapular, Grisha, and the deluxe Dark Templar Legion Builder is all you
Right.
got.
Yeah. Hey, it's crazy.
Oh.
That's why I think
So-
there's got to be some component of this that is heavy Sons of the Red Star, right? I mean, the name of the wave is Rising Suns, right? It's the smallest faction. So they've got to do some kind of like Legion Builder assassins, something to kind of like stoke the ranks, I would think, for the Sons of the Red Star.
Is it ruled out Scapular being a son of Necronominus? Is that a possibility, or was that ruled out? Do we know all the children of Necronominus at this point? Because
Think
like
we do, but like if it was revealed, it'd be like a twisty story thing right there. That'd be neat. But
yeah, and Rising Suns, right? Like who? Like I think of not just Sons of the Red Star, but like sons, as in Atlas is a son of what's the Leandor, right?
yeah,
Or
Leandor is what I think it said in there.
Yeah, so like that to me kind of makes me feel like Rising Suns that way. Like that's one Rising Sun coming up to like do battle. What's the plural here, right? Or are we just talking about like Atlas and Attila in some way, or I don't know, but I think it's more than just Sons of the Red Star, and I think it's more than just what some people are saying, which we got a few predictions like this, but like the sun, as in the rising sun, and people are predicting we might get some Eastern influences here, you know, but also a star is a sun. Sons of the Red Star, Sons of the Red Sun.
I mean, like it would be neat. One thing I just thought of, since you named off all the tribute figures there, like again, like Necronominus, one wave now, smaller wave later, and we get tribute figures in the All-Star wave anyway, and that's how that Necronominus wave was. Maybe there'll be more Red Star figures in that wave that may also be tributes.
Yeah, that's true.
But you think after just doing kind of like I don't know what you would call it, like an overflow wave or a supplemental wave the following year, do you think that's something they would do again? It seems I don't know if it seems like they would switch that up. I feel like
I think that it's highly possible that we're not going to see an overflow wave like that, because every time we try to predict something based on their past trends, it tends to not really go well. You know, like I guess the only exception to that would have been like it was easy to predict that this would be a Noble Bear Red Star wave because of the pattern of these G-Con waves. But yeah, I don't know.
And I'm also kind of wondering how like they'll, because like the Noble Bear is Atlas, and you can kind of go back that like Sons of the Red Star would be Scapular maybe, but I still would like it to be like, hey, you know, the Red Star is something besides Scapular, you know. But
yeah, right. This mystery entity.
Yeah, like entity or natural event or something.
Yeah.
Something.
So Cloud's got the rundown here, and I like the way she says it. Morgulith, Malleus, Brother Mandibulus, Barodak, Bellalulith, and Thrasis are the ones he knows about.
Okay.
Maybe there's others.
There could be others. Okay. Now I'm following Billy your this idea of like an event. What if it's literally a fallen star, like an asteroid that fell to Earth, like in Game of Thrones, where you have what's his name there? I could draw a blank on his name.
Oh, I searched something.
Sword of the Morning,
Yeah.
Arthur Dane, like
Mhm.
that Sword of the Morning is made out of a chunk of the rock from the fallen star or whatever, right? Like some
Mhm.
crazy like event like that. Yeah.
Because they had they also had in there, I think, was where it had like even in Game of Thrones had like a red comet going across the sky. I think.
Yeah, there was that. Yep. That
Yeah.
was like a sign of magic returning to the world and stuff and the
Mhm.
dragons.
Yeah, something like that. Because like again, like I don't think we have anyone else besides Keltis and Scapular having defected from Necronominus.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, did we do this one? Mephitor. Yeah.
Mm.
Scapular 2 from, oh, there's yours, Billy.
Yeah.
So
Scapular
yours,
2,
go ahead, read yours.
Scapular.
Tell us about yours.
Well, Jeremy had said at one point, like it definitely was like a year plus ago, that if there was a Scapular 2, he'd love to see if it was like an opulent Scapular. I'm like, I want a baller Scapular 2. I want that. I want him in soft goods, not with the armor helmet, maybe make it a crown, something like that. Something where like, business is a booming, war is good, the sun.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
a 1.0
Pimpular.
bearskin body. So like a new barbarian build there, because we got new knights with Necronominus to have where they have that improved articulation, they can cross over and stuff like that. It'd be cool to see a bearskin body like that, and I don't know why we wouldn't get one. Maybe some
Right.
bear forearms, whole things that they talked about, like having a whole lizard body done up. We got a whole skeleton body done up. Let's get some
Cool.
bearskin out there.
Yeah.
Obviously a 1.0 female barbarian builder, that would be fantastic, just like that barbarian builder pack. I'd love it. And the bear mount. But I thought about it just like when we were, no one said anything yet. I think we need a new set of standards would be super cool, because like we've talked about it in like the ball where it's like, hey, these were fantastic. But now we have soft goods a lot. So like doing like a soft good one, like if this came out, with this wave, just a set of these, all over it.
Well, that would make sense because we got the new Necronominus one, right?
Yep.
Doesn't Thrasis come with a new one?
Yep. I remember that now. Oh God, there's so much stuff coming out. You forget about some of it.
Yeah. Especially the little side things like hands packs, weapons packs, and like little packs and things. It's like little accessories. It's just hard to remember everything.
Mm-hmm.
You had a follow up.
Oh, yeah. Was where the best part of the write up is Rising Suns. It doesn't have exactly what they're doing, so it doesn't say exactly that they're aligned with the Dark Four. So who knows what they're doing? I don't think I wrote it in here, but like Scapular can be like double crossing, triple crossing, quadruple crossing. He's gonna try to get out ahead, and I think someone even said like his whole thing is like money and power. If the world's destroyed and there's no one to give you money, or there's like these 4 bosses that have all the power, what fun is that? Screw that noise. Yeah.
So here's a theory. If that's the case, war is good, right? Mm-hmm. And you don't necessarily want one side to win, kind of Zeus style with the Trojan War.
Mm-hmm.
If the Dark Four have the upper hand and it seems like they're going to win, maybe the Sons of the Red Star go over and fight against the Dark Four.
That's what I would like, cool. And like that would be a good play on that Rising Suns, like Rising Suns of the Red Star, Rising Redemption, a little bit there. Just like fighting side by side. We got, but for money, so it's all the little catty banter and stuff. That'd be fantastic. He looks over at Artemis. She looks over at him, glances slightly, and her rump. Yeah, it's gonna happen. I want Artemis and Scapula together. Never gonna let it go, Jeremy Gerard. Never gonna let it go.
Flight and code names. Not a giant bear man.
Yes, I'll take it.
Marcus says, been saying it for a while now, but I'm really hoping we get some sort of shadow elf character and another character that lives outside of mythos like Zendi Amanthir. Yeah, like that. like
How about that?
kind of reminds me of almost like the mystery character in the Cosmic Ox Crew wave, the Kern Ray or whatever, and like this idea that like, oh, this mysterious thing appears from who knows where, right?
Yeah, that would be really cool because they have with that and Zindi, I cannot say the last name, where it's making the world bigger than just the land mass of mythos, and
Yeah,
they're doing a good job with that with like Cosmic, where it's just like, okay, here's this story, here's this other story. It's going to connect together at some point, but it's setting up different sections and like that. This could be that in mythos a little bit there.
maybe the mysterious person came on the fallen star that crashed down.
Yeah.
Oh, here we got a paragraph here. Ender says scapular 2, opulent scapular, going back to your thing. New 1.0 bearskin body, like the new 1.0 knights we got. This is like all the same as you, man. Better range of motion. 1.0 female barbarian builder, bear mount that can stand on its side. Oh, this is I must have copied that wrong. This is just your thing.
Yeah.
I copy pasted. That's my.
Or did
Is there
Billy
more?
copy this guy?
In
No,
your
no.
you better go
I-
subscribe to my channel because you sound like me.
I think I miscopied that. Did I put any of Ender's stuff on here? I don't see Skipler is going to double. No, I did not. Okay. That was just a copy paste error. Sorry, Ender. I don't think I have Ender's thing. Like I said, I spent a lot of time copying pasting today. All right, Michael Xavier, bear mount. This is going to be a lot of people's guess, but I want to say it first. And he was first. Like it was like literally like a millisecond after I posted the Cabal post. That's he was there. Brian Almeida, bear mount Atlas or Adamon 2. If they do a tribute to a 2.0 version of a tribute, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's going to be Rhaegor. That's my prediction. If and I don't really think they're going to do a tribute in this wave, like a version 2 of a tribute, but I think if they do, that's who it's going to be. But I think that would be more appropriate for like when they release the dragon, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Did they come out and say that they specifically wouldn't do another Rhaegor though?
No,
I thought that I thought that I heard that, but that could be wrong.
It was basically like if they did a tribute, they wouldn't release the same one again. So like an Adamon 2 could potentially happen.
I thought
like,
there was something specific about Rhaegor though.
Well, Rhaegor had where he was a tribute to a past Cabal member, so I can understand if they didn't touch him again.
Yeah. That's good. Joe Suter for Noble Bear, either a brute scale gladiator with new sandal feet and a flip down metal faceplate like the old one in the Ridley Scott movie, or, and I want to talk on that. I think there's a good chance we're going to see Mercurians. You know, that's a big storyline in Atlas's story. Like he freed, like he was part of the rebellion that like overthrew the Colosseum and freed the gladiators. So like I could totally see that. I mean, what's his name? Calavius is like a major part of the faction, right? Mm-hmm. Like I totally I'm so on board. This is like part of my thing. Like I'm on board with gladiators being a major part of this wave. He also says a female gladiator with the Vorga arms, possibly a gladiator dwarf, some sort of rogue thief assassin with the pirate boots from Kern and Cosmic. Yeah, I would be shocked if we don't see those boots in this wave.
I need those boots in a lot of different things. Like I got my War Duke that's like he needs those boots.
Atlas 2 with more weathered, worn armor, scraps in straps holding it all together, piecemeal, maybe the actual bear mount. Oh yeah, he's got 2 pages, one for Noble Bear, one for Red Star. Something new in Sinbadi akin to Grisha. Maybe Scapular 2 with bottom half of the skull covered like an assassin or ninja. Maybe a Dio set like the recent Cosmic one, Crumbling Ruins section, or a partial crypt. I like that idea, like some kind of crypt. I can't picture another horse or as a mount, but possibly a cart or wagon. I've been anticipating a reindeer in Figure Obscura, so maybe a repaint of that type of mount for female assassin. Mm-hmm. That'd be interesting. Charles says Scapular 2 is 100% guaranteed, I feel.
I like the way you think.
David Luton says, my big guess is it will be a Leodicius figure since Atlas is coming home. I like this idea. I could even, like, just because of the way the story is situated, where we're at a point where the Dark Four have returned, like
Leandor.
Bring back the great beasts, right?
Yeah.
Like, so maybe it's I mean, I don't really see it being Leodicius and Basilia, which are the only two that you would need, right? Like to complete them.
Mm.
But maybe all 4. I don't know. That's just like a wild guess, but like something. I mean, I guess if they just do one, Leodicius would be the one, right? Like, because that's the brothers, right? Like they're kind of reuniting.
Mm-hmm. If it's not this wave, it would be something really cool to see in the future. Because like I could see like a brute scale Leodicius.
Yeah, and even one of the small mid-year waves just being the great beasts, the 4 great beasts, just one wave, you know.
Cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder. So this is what I mentioned earlier, Malcolm. Wondering if Rising Suns is a play on Land of the Rising Sun, and there will be some Asian-inspired characters such as a ninja or a Ronin. You could absolutely use the Monkey King armor for a samurai type character. So this definitely feels like a high-end prediction to me, like as something that is very, very possible.
I'm here for it if it happens.
Yeah.
Anything. Says... Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I was going to say, when I'm thinking about this, anything that brings in another type of assassin, you know, like a ninja assassin, a Ronin, like any different type of assassin, that seems to make sense to me to sort of build out those Red Star ranks.
Yeah. What if Rising Suns ends up being like the Lion King and Atlas as Simba and Attila as Scar? I think I have a Maverick prediction in here somewhere.
Oh, he's got a good prediction.
Michael Wood says 2.0 soldier minion troop builder based on Grisha, but with a different type of helmet. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for that. That's cool.
Grisha troops. That would be cool.
That twist top helmet.
Boom.
Hey, there you are, Jonathan. Tell us what your predictions are.
All right. So going along with my idea that we need more assassins, I guessed a Serpent Assassin. I guessed a Grisha 2. Although, I mean, it does seem... I hate to say this because then it's going to be wrong. It seems like a foregone conclusion that we get Atlas and Scapular 2.0. And I just can't see them doing more than 2 2.0s in a wave. So maybe that means no Grisha. But I like that idea. And then I was still trying to think of like what's a different kind of assassin they could bring in. So when I'm saying like Serpent Assassin, I'm thinking of like they've already got
someone who kills serpents.
No,
just like sneaks around killing serpents,
like Whacking Day from The Simpsons.
Yeah, just like that, just a Cajun just going around, just like.
Imagine that they use some parts from like the Thraxian Guard or whatever his name is from the Ox Crew wave, but like a different head, and he's like I don't know, some kind of a serpent assassin. And then I was like, maybe like a Mur assassin, right? So like there's an assassin. His deal is that like he swims up under a moat or under a river, and then that's how he surprises his victims. I feel like on somebody's live stream at some point, the idea of like not seafaring characters, Although, see, that is interesting. But like sea
Vikings.
dwelling, beast humanoid characters was like brought up, and it either wasn't ruled
Merfolk.
out by Eric. Yeah, like merfolk was acknowledged that that's a possibility.
I very much want merfolk to be a part of Legions. I hope they do. And I also want seafaring, and I think that's a good one. One of my predictions with this wave is Vikings. Like there's storylines of, with what's his name? Scully Bone Splitter.
Mhm.
Like with him, and there's some other Vikings in the line. Ilgar is a Viking.
Mhm.
And it's like, it seems like the Vikings are very, very much bad guys. So anybody who might be from that northern Vikenfell land that, came down to like get away from that type of life could have probably found themselves quite comfortable in the Noble Bear faction, right? I mean, what's her name? Freya is very, she's a Valkyrie, right? Like it's very like Norse and Viking-esque there. So yeah, I mean, I could totally see Vikings in this wave, or like, or at least a Viking,
Yeah.
I forgot all about Freya, and like I think in her bio it had something about her not dying or something. Man, unstoppable warriors builders their own spite.
Pirates are, they're very, very much like, I don't know, kind of like barbarians on on the sea. So yeah, I do hope there's some seafaring element here.
And that was a big guess on one of the when the Monkey King was released, that one of the guesses for that Figura Obscura release was some type of pirate.
Yeah, and those boots are suitable.
Yeah, there could be like some really crazy stuff in the Noble Bear, because like I was right, her race is Valkyrie, and repeatedly resurrect herself. So who knows really what we're getting, honestly, now. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I've been kind of digging through and seeing it. Like there's, with Noble Bear, there's a ton of different angles. You have the Mercurians, the gladiator type angle. You have all of the barbarian type stuff, right? And there's overlap there with, especially with like Adamon and Atlas being a part of that Mercurian revolt. And then you have, some Viking elements. You have just a lot of different things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Venger says, I need a race who has a thin elf like build but is the size of dwarves. Could make good assassins or thieves. Yeah, I mean, even I'd go even smaller, and I want some halflings. I think that would be awesome.
Oh, if we got a halfling just randomly in this, I'd lose my mind. Standard 1.0 feet, though.
Right, yeah. Big old hairy feet.
Mm-hmm.
Andre says, Justin the Dwarf. There you go. Now, Justin the Dwarf is mentioned in line with Aetheron, right? But I don't think it declares, I don't think it like declares a membership in a faction. It just talks about something to do with Aetheron there, I believe. And that's overdue, right? Like that figure has been announced for quite a long time now.
Ooh, I like this.
Ogre Fluffy Minotaur. What's fluffy mean? Just like big and thick and chunky and like husky, like
Or
that.
covered
like
in fur, yeah.
Oh, like flocked or something, or like furry. Okay, that'd be interesting. I mean, maybe it's that yak. That's like that. Fairmount Atlas 2.
Isn't that something they make like rooted hair out of, yak hair anyway?
Do they really? That's funny.
It is. Is Trevor still here?
Imagine that. Trevor definitely has yak hair in his
repertoire collection.
His Billy bookcases. Atlas 2. Would be cruel with these prices to not update him. What would I want? More Jagualians. Oh, there you
I
go. There's
love
another
that
one.
idea. I love that
Def-
idea.
there's another another race that's like closely tied with the noble bear.
I
Kirby
saw
says,
where King Castle Sieger commented, I think we already have Romulus's brother. I'm pretty sure it's Gorgo. Dude, thanks for like just completely wrecking my mind now, because I'm like, yeah, color scheme matches shit.
I got to think about that.
Yeah. Because he has a lot of like, oh, I don't know. It could be. Stop it.
Yeah, I got to think about that.
Yeah.
Wrap my head around it.
I forgot Romulus was in the Noble Bear.
Maybe we'll get Remus. Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe we will get his brother. I can't imagine it not be like if it's not Gorgo. I can't imagine it not being named Remus with like an H in there somewhere, right? Secret Mission Thump version 2. Michael Hanley 2.0 Atlas, a bear mount for Atlas, the big yak guy from the package, and a brute scale barbarian.
Get some chalk.
Alexander, bear mount, possibly some red star mount, a snake, a boar, a wolf. Grisha 2, Atlas 2, Dark Assassin, Serpent Assassin. There you go. Some sort of changeling knight. Yeah, but now that we know that changelings are a thing, right? A thief builder, accessory set, thief tools, barrels, charging ram accessory. A lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah. That would be cool.
It's Romulus and Doug.
Yeah, my dog.
Probably Atlas, Scapular, or Otho version 2, and at least one mount. Vidor. Brad Bond. Ogre-sized badass bear juggernaut. Be sweet to see new armor sets for the ogre body. Yeah. Patrick Boyle. Sons of the Red Star, a Jagualian, a Fury Clan Warrior, a skeleton highwayman-style figure using the new cosmic boots, a classic cloaked assassin, and Grisha version 2 with new 2.0 torso and unhelmeted head. They are overdue for some new 2.0 parts, bodies, sculptures. Like even Belualith, like that figure has a ton of new sculptures, but not on the body. Like it's mostly reused in terms of the body, right? Like, and is that the last 2.0 figure that they announced? Was there a 2.0 figure in the?
Did we even have
All-Stars?
Like All-Stars? The last All-Stars even?
I don't know. I mean, we've been getting them in Cosmic, but not.
Maybe 2.0 back for something big with them. That'd be cool.
Yeah, they're due for like a refresh of the 2.0 body.
You mean just characters
just more sculptures?
Yeah,
more sculptures, new torsos.
And Pat bringing back the warrior. I'm like, yeah, we need another warrior head. Maybe with something with like an open mouth, some attitude.
Yeah. And then on the other side for Patrick, Noble Bear, dark-skinned barbarian with a new torso, deluxe dwarf builder set like the barbarian set, only cooler. Thord version 2 comes with a new Noble Bear shield like we have for many of the other factions, a lizard snake man, and a fuzzmonk barbarian with new torso and arms. That'd be cool.
I feel really good. I feel really good about the whole lizard, snake man, serpent assassin. I feel really good about that idea.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's definitely, it's making more sense and seems like it should happen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It seems like the roads are leading to that. Al, I think we'll finally get lycanthropes like werebears and werewolves for the barbarians side and were-rats
for the mercenaries.
A snake or lizard people, red stars would be cool too.
Like
I like the red
ROUSs.
man.
What's that?
I said like ROUSs. Were rats.
Yep.
Rats of unusual size, or rodents of unusual size. I don't think they exist.
Oh, if one jumped on you right now, I would have lost my shit. But I could totally go for a rat person. Just something, just kind of, be great.
Thank you, Benji.
Alec. I think Atlas and Scapular 2.0 are guaranteed, but they will be the only character redos, not rodeos, in this initial wave. I predict we'll get some kind of mount that isn't a horse. If we get a bear, I think we will get a basic mount and a deluxe bear that turns out to be a new great beast. Yeah, that'd be interesting if it like sort of rises up, right? Like this faction rises up to be one of an equal of the other four or something like that.
Or maybe maybe he actually did mean rodeo, and he just meant like a Western version of Atlas with spurs, cowboy hat.
Yeah, the bear rodeo.
Lasso.
Yeah.
Lassoing a bear.
A bear rodeo is a bear rodeo. Or maybe Atlas is a werebear. There you go. Atlas turns.
I mean,
anything
he is the noble bear. Maybe, dude. Maybe he is a bear. Maybe he
if
shifts.
He turns into a bear. I don't know what I'll do. If Atlas turns into a bear, there's gonna.
Yeah, like Optimus Primal. Like what are the transform? Listen, let's get nuts. He's a transformer now. He's going to turn into a robot bear.
The fur just comes off his like cloak or whatever.
He just turns into a spaceship and just flies to cosmic legions.
Yeah, and he's just like, come on, guys, the Dark Four, and the Oxen crew comes down and crashes their ship and just eliminates all the Dark Four. Boom.
You want to get nuts?
Let's get nuts.
Alec says, I also predict we'll get an update on the bear skin parts in the evil armor, like we got an update on the good armor and skeleton parts last time. Finally, I predict a new barbarian builder with these parts, 1.0 females, an ogre scale minotaur, and a dark robed archetypal assassin. A lot of people are talking assassins with the Sons of the Red Star. Richard Jones, Scapular 2, 1.0 female barbarian, lots of faux fur and pleather.
Like it.
I can only imagine how much pleather and faux fur we're going to get in this wave. I didn't even think about that.
Sounds like a good time.
Some stacks of that.
Here's Mavericks, finally. Is he still here? My guesses are either Atlas will have the real Leasir hammer, or it turns out that there is an actual bear demigod similar to the four great beasts, some sort of green ranger reveal. And that kind of goes back to the last one, right? Like the bear demigod thing. But this idea that Atlas will have the real hammer could be possible. And if he does, is it there's like this same sculpture, right? Like, is it the same one? Or it's.
It would be neat if it was a different sculpture,
right?
Maybe something that has where it's like less ornate, more practical.
Yeah.
But if there was an actual bear demigod that was just hibernating this whole time, and Atlas plays a flute sword. Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. Dave Chandler. Who I'm gonna actually show something in a minute, but about Dave. Atlas 2 with Bear Mount, Lord Veterus 2 with Warhorse. He will have achieved the takeover of Red Star. A new heads pack, however, it will be dubbed the Sir Gerard accessory pack. New troll, the elusive fire troll. I'm gonna grab something real quick. 1 second.
Lord Veterus with a warhorse.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I like of course, the idea of a heads pack, but it's just the Sir Gerard accessory pack because he's a changeling. You could say that for all of the head packs so far, though, couldn't you?
You definitely could. It's
The ones that don't
canon.
fit.
That
Not
one's
heads packs.
you
Heads
just gotta
pack.
get the right neck, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put myself solo for a 2nd.
Mhm.
So I don't know if people remembered when I put up just this random picture, and I said, "Does anybody have a head sculpt that matches this thing?" I wish I had pulled it up right now, but Dave said, "Hey, I'll just sculpt it." I was like, "What's the closest head to this?" And he said, "I will just sculpt it." Somebody had messaged me, some random stranger. She was looking for an action figure of a character her boyfriend had created. And I said, "Hey, let me just see if we can, because I saw the body and it just looked exactly like the Varg body, like just like the coloring and stuff." And so I said, let me see if I can find a head that's similar to that. And because she wanted to give it to him as a birthday gift or some kind of gift, and she needed it by like middle of November. And Dave messaged me and said, "Hey, I'll just sculpt it." And so he did. And this is exactly what it looks like. And it came out really good. So I just wanted to say, when I saw his name again, I just wanted to like bring that up. It's really cool. And she's very happy with how it turned out. So pretty sweet. I kind of like, I don't know, took a commission to sort of collaborate with some people to make a custom figure there. It's not much of a custom. It's just a sculpt and then stock parts. And then I just took the cape from Pitorion and trimmed it a little bit so that it would fit that. But
That sounds like a custom to me.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
That's beyond LBC.
yeah. That's just not popping and swapping, sir.
yeah, so a huge shout out to Dave for hooking that up. It was awesome, and it was
That
like
is
days.
fantastic.
It was like from like the day I posted to the day this was in hand. It was like a week. It was like a week, and I have this thing.
He just sculpted and printed it, and just you had it.
He's yep. Mm-hmm.
That's a hell of a
It's amazing.
turnaround, man. And it came out really good.
It looks awesome. Yeah, I'm really worried about this woman getting this figure in hand with this resin sculpt with all these tiny little like. I mean, there's some tiny pieces that you cannot even see that are. I cannot believe they're on there. It's like it's really nice. I'm just worried she's gonna snap a piece off.
Just send her a little note. It says, "Be careful."
Oh yeah. I've been messaging her. I was like, before we go through with this purchase, like, I just want you to be aware that this thing can break very easily.
Do you have a figure stand?
I took this is actually kind of cool. Let me put myself full again. And this is I'm including this so that the thing doesn't fall over on them. Not that the Varg feet are awesome and they're so stable that for me personally, I would be totally fine standing up. I took a Mezco stand and I shortened it.
Nice.
I just took the bottom piece out, and like there, right here, there would have been another piece like this long. And I took that piece out and put that to the peg. And this is like super stable. And this base is a can of beams set. Like they make a universal base. So like it's got the Mezco holes. I don't know if I don't really want to.
Yeah.
Do I have one up here? I have one right here. It's got all the different holes. And like, so that's one of the Mezco pegs right here. And his foot is pegged into a Mezco peg. And it was like, a Mezco peg is super tight for a Legions figure. So I had to heat it up and get in there. So this thing is like never falling over. I'm going to wrap it in bubble wrap and like, I'm going to pack it and like, she can just stand the thing up like that.
Fantastic.
And here's the piece that I removed. This is the piece that I removed from the Mezco stand.
Huh.
They're very modular because they have a screw and a nut. Super nice stands, Mezco stands.
Mm-hmm.
And you could combine more and make it fly even higher if you wanted.
I never thought about doing that.
It's just like you'd really need to stick with the Mezco base because when you go that high, like super topply over. Okay. Dave, awesome. Fabricio, any chance we might see another troll or perhaps more ogre and brute scale barbarians and warriors, hoping for some more female warriors? I like all that. Lewis, characters we've seen on the box art but haven't been produced yet, chiefly the Yakatar. I like that. Maybe the troll with the widespread eyes. Yeah. Personally, I'm praying for a bunch of new 2.0 body parts and cloth or chainmail pants for the dwarves.
Oh, I don't think anyone was like, or at least a few people were just like, another dwarf for the Noble Bear faction.
Yeah. Yep. And then, yeah, the idea of some new legs for the dwarves, that's something that is due.
Some new thighs, new forearms.
Yeah. Oh, there's elders. Justin Kitsune, new mount, first mythic prop.
Ooh.
What's that mean?
Like the Oxen Crew
a
pack
life
that came
size?
out.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, Jonathan, was like a prop, like imagine having a life-sized, like one of the swords, right?
Mm-hmm. Or a hammer.
Yeah,
Yep.
her hammer.
Barbarian. And a knight. Max, for Noble Bear, Atlas 2, less barbaric than the original. Earlier, somebody said more grizzled, more weathered. This is less barbaric. One dwarf, this is this like the exact wave? We're gonna get Atlas 2, less barbaric. We're also gonna get one dwarf, one brute scale barbarian, a new barbarian builder, a mount for Atlas, hopefully a bear. For Red Star, Scapular 2, a 2.0 assassin, bare chested orc, and a centaur archer, evil unicorn. Haven't heard that one. I mean, that feels like or a unicorn in general feels like something that should happen someday with Legions with this horse body. Evil unicorn mount, mercenary knight builder. Nice.
If there was an evil unicorn, I could definitely see it in Sons of the Red Star because it's very quirky and very like one-off. I also want it to talk.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Jose Acosta, guys, it's Atlas and Scapular. I know for the Mythic I know for the Mythic Bible tells me so. Kevin Boots, Scapular 2. Speaking of Kevin Boots, I got my Scapular from him. Scapular 2 siding with the Legions of Light, since he does not believe he will see his wealth increase if the Dark Four win. That's what we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
He also does not like Necronominus. Yeah.
It makes sense. It makes more sense with that and not having where he's the hidden son of Necronominus, and like he doesn't like anybody telling him what to do. He wants to be in charge.
Mm-hmm. Atlas 2, possible full gold armor of Leodicius and the real Leoseer hammer. Juno of Noble Bear returning to Noble Bear after retrieving. That's interesting. Okay. She was there the whole time getting the hammer back from Arethyr.
Oh,
Arethyr got a hold of the hammer, and that's why she went over to Arethyr secretly.
That would be a neat story point. It explained her magic gloves to lift up heavy things. I think Stephen Bisciotti knows about that. Yeah.
More Kevin Boots. Otho 2, Bear Mount for Scapular, named Noble Bear and Red Star characters, but have option to be builders. Oh, okay. I like that. I like that idea. We're seeing a lot. As much as I love the version 2s, like I love like the first. What was the first one? I guess it was Baron Voligar 2, maybe, or was that the first one? I guess Artemis 2 and Baron Voligar 2, right? But just after getting Baron Voligar 2 and then having a taste of that, and then getting the 2-pack, right? Getting Gorgo and Attila. Like, I love those version 2s, but they're not army buildable. Yeah, right? Like they're very unique, they're very ornate with a lot of stuff, but like this idea of having more named characters that can be swapped out for army building, I like. Lewis says Scapular and Atlas 2s, a bear mount for Atlas, and a skeletal mount for Scapular, a new dwarf for Noble Bear, a pirate for Red Star. And we kind of briefly mentioned pirates earlier. I like that idea of pirates. Frankie, I don't know, but we got the 4 horsemen already, so it's time to bring the good guys out. Bring out Leoseer and Noble Bear. Okay. Stand deep. Female ogre barbarian. That would be the first female ogre, right? Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Eastern influenced assassin, a la Royal Assassin from Magic the Gathering. Heck yeah. Just say Magic the Gathering and I'm just going to be excited. And that's where, like, you know, merfolk, when I think of merfolk, I think of Magic the Gathering. Birds of Prey as a mount for the Sons of the Red Star. Barbarian Elder Mage using Iacipedian body. Got a random fly in my room right now. Anthropomorphic brute scale for both factions. I like that. Female rogue assassin accessory diorama set. Tom Coles would like to see an absolutely jacked new body type, possibly also even some larger, rounder bellies. That'd be
There
cool.
we go.
I need some
I
more
mean, just thinking
bellies. Yeah.
thinking about those Santa figures with the like bear torso that's coming out this year, like that kind of build and frame. Obviously 2.02, just new body parts across the board. Too long, didn't read. Fleshy boys. God, they're all saying Magic the Gathering now.
Dad bod.
Just-
Yeah, dad bods. Exactly. TLDR, dad bods.
Yeah. Oh no, it's gonna be the daddy wave.
The Bears.
Into it.
The bear.
Calavius 2. I am definitely on board for that. Calavius is one of my all-time favorite Legions figures. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would be super pumped if it did.
I think out of like all the figures, I think I've gotten more Calavius than anything where it's just been like, you know, picking them up or parts and stuff because he is like that unique skin color for him and the helmet at the time. I love Calavius.
Mercenary JV. Mercenary Legion builders or deluxe builders with some swap out torso plates, shoulders, heads, etc. Maybe a new 1.0 bear torso with a diaphragm cut. I'm hoping for a 1.0 Dragon Seer character and 1.0 females. Like, I'm kind of torn about this. Like, I definitely want 1.0 females, but I don't want it to take away the possibility that we're going to still see more 2.0s. Mix Zarzuela, Atlas and Scapular 2, female barbarian using a 1.0 buck, a la Vorga, Elven Assassin, Ogre Scale Minotaur. See, we're starting to see a lot of, like, you know, the same ones, just it's naturally going to happen. Lee J. Robinson, more like a wish list than a prediction. An evil male from the Averona family. Okay. Those red eyes are killer. A knee-high leather boots and long gloves like those worn by musketeers. 1.0 and 2.0 double torsos with overhanging shoulder cuffs. Vampire troll. And lastly, new male head sculpt with long hand and no face, with long hand and no facial hair. With long hair and no facial hair. Okay. What I don't want to see, please, no more bald dudes with or without facial hair. Which is funny if you watched Jeremy's live stream last night on Mythic Customs and Mythic Conversations, and Amel was on there asking for bald dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, I just don't want any more skeletons or vampires. My trash can is at max capacity.
Oh my god.
Ouch.
Literally
Yeah.
the two best.
Straight into the trash can. God.
Colin, I still feel like we're due to get a new faction introduced. Could be the Suns have pulled in some mercenary help, or Noble Bear reached out to a Viking clan. That's kind of where my mind is going. That's my speculation, and I'm sticking to it in my best Colin Ray singing voice. Kirby Smith with the image-based comment, Swigless the Conqueror.
I take
There's
it.
some, there's some recolor. Like, I'm just trying to think about the process of this like image here. Like recoloring of, did he kit bash an orc with like Atlas's stuff, or did he like recolor the Atlas image?
I think he recolored the Atlas image and slapped the oh god, what the
Deluxe Goblin Builder head.
I'm trying to think of the name they gave it. Swole? They nicknamed it? Yeah.
Josh Jones, male version of Grisha the Slitherer. Wink. The conversation under that was funny. I forget who. I think it might have been Joe Suter. But Joe Suter was like, no, you're wrong. Or no, it was like, Grisha. What was it? It was something about like, Grisha is not a male or a female. It's a bunch of rats filling up a suit of armor or something like that. And then the comment was, yeah. And Josh Jones was like, yeah, but they're all female rats or something like that.
Well,
McCuskey rainy day.
They're all snakes.
I'm gonna say this name's made up. McCuskey rainy day.
Definitely real.
Justin Thord Ironjaw 2, Bearmount, female centaur, ogre, goat man, or is he a giant minotaur on that box art? So that would be that yak guy, right?
That's why I call him Yak Face.
But a big goat guy would be cool.
Yeah. Goat hooves.
Gibby Kevin, just hopes and dreams. Cassia, Freya, Ragna, Torgan, Thord, Barbarians 2 and 1. Just naming stuff I want, but doubt we will get. Anything I missed is because I think they will make it. Calavius, Jack Nava, and Orange Varg. An Orange Varg.
Spicy.
For like the Red Star faction, like an orange version of that.
Fury Varg.
Joe Russo. Fury Varg, yeah. Joe Russo. I definitely want Atlas version 2. Scapular 2, Scappy Caps. And definitely want Thord version 2. A Bearmount would be rad. AF2. Eric, I just hope both teams have fun.
I want to have a good time.
Casey Davis, I'm guessing there could be a Bolthor 2, Bolthor the Tower, and I know a lot of people have said they want to see a barbarian ogre, an ogre scale barbarian or a brute scale barbarian. So
It'll be neat seeing Bolthor 2 and have where he's armored up.
Right. Ready for battle.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, I was reading his bio. I've just been going back after this and reading a lot of the like Noble Bear and Red Star bios and some of the like articles on races. That's a good place to like find inspiration, is all the articles on the different races.
Mm-hmm.
Bolthor is very like integral to the faction. He's kind of like a high up, seems like. Paul Matson says, I'm throwing my hat in with the Bearmount crowd. I also wouldn't mind a 2.0 version of Scapular, all about them skellies. Gibby Kevin, I predict I will be all in. I think that was the last one. And that's an old piece of the slide from a long time ago, so that we're not going to do that. But we are going to do an exit ticket after the show. So you saw all of that. You saw all that stuff, okay? And we're not going to end just yet, but I just want to put this out there. after the show, when it goes to the, not the chat, but the comments, I want people to try to come up with ideas that weren't said, that weren't on this massive list. What are some new ideas, some new predictions that could happen? Get crazy, get wild, throw some crazy predictions out there, and we'll see if we can crowdsource this entire wave out in prediction form. But yeah. So let's get this thing off of here. And then just kind of taking a step back after all that. Any other like predictions, thoughts, theories?
It's funny. Rick Jones says something that has a connection to something else I was thinking. Because, at this point, it's almost going to be like a surprise if we don't get a bear, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Then I was saying, well, what if we got like a bear and a lion? And I thought to myself, neither one of those things are like the bad guys, right? Or neither one of those seems like they would go with Sons of the Red Star. So what could they have that would make sense? And I was like, what about an elephant? An elephant mount? That would be cool.
That would be cool. I don't know how big it could be. Like it can only get so big, for price points and size, stuff like that. But it would be neat if it had like the top carry thing where it's like put multiple figures on, or
Like
multiple
300.
Methotors.
Yeah, you could put Grisha in the Grisha troopers on there.
Yes, the Grisha version 2 turning into a snake Grisha. Yeah.
I also really like all the people who said things that are like something other than like a figure. You know what I mean? Like, so whether it was like, wagons or accessory sets or something like that, like, or a
Campfire
battering
diorama.
ram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Vonnie, surprised nobody has said dragon yet.
That's next year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's always next year.
They're waiting for us to stop talking about it.
Yeah, every time we say dragon out loud, it goes back another 2 weeks. So, yeah, good luck.
A hyena mount.
Ooh,
I like that.
I'll be down for a hyena.
What about a character that's not like, it's not like a human character, it's not a skeleton, and it's not like a anthropomorphic beast character, but it's like a character that's like of, maybe there's nothing like this, right? Like of like an element or something like that, like a rock
elemental,
dude,
yeah.
a rock dude, or like a fire dude, or like an ice dude, something that's like a different kind of, you still use the Mythic Legion's body, but he's like made out of something like that. Well, I guess Faunus is kind of like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Heck, another like wood dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, more wood. just that'd be interesting,
I think a rock dude. I like the idea of a rock dude. That feels like something that needs to happen at some point. I mean, I know that the trolls kind of have like a rocky sort of like mold to them or something, but I think a rock dude would be cool.
Another thing you need to look for, because like last year at Intern for a Day, Eric Treadway had where he had like a sculpting class with everybody, and I know like one of the ones that was done was the I can never remember the name of Thistlethorn's race.
Fuzzmonk.
They did like that group had where they were like, do a Fuzzmonk, give it a mullet, have where it's a dragon rider and stuff like that. But with the group I had, he did like a rock-like person with like a gemstone thing coming out of its head. I don't know if it'll ever be a thing, but like that would be cool.
I wonder if they could use at least parts of the skate back for because that's kind of a rock dude, kind of.
Yeah, or at least have where it's like it's a terrain thing.
Yeah.
Have different hands and feet, and have like a different terrain attachment to its body, different head. Yeah.
Yeah. Golem.
Oh, I'd kill for a golem. Like a lore golem where it's like made person. Yeah. Oh, golem, like as in my precious. Okay, never mind.
No, that's like that's spelled like Cullen. It's like a UN. It's like a UM. It's like, right?
You're saying Cullen is cursed by the ring?
A bog witch.
Cloud, that's yes. Yes.
Like, yeah, like a and that I mean, I could imagine even like that getting into like accessories type stuff with something like that too.
do that, have work, because like if they do a bog witch, they can. If they did bog witch, they're definitely doing like a Baba Yaga. I'm here for a Baba Yaga figure obscura.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, but like a bog witch, like was it it's not Mary Mucklebones, but it's Mucklebones from is it Labyrinth? No, it's not Labyrinth. Oh my god, all my 80s stuff is blending together in my head right now. RUOS's, it's all Legend. That's it. Legend.
Yeah, there you go.
You already got Belphegor.
Right. Fire guy.
There you go.
Yeah, but we have
Yeah.
Arethyr too. Like he's kind of a fire guy.
Meg Mucklebones. Yeah.
Chariot wagon with the Mercurians. That I like. I like that idea. Yeah. What could be done with the Okiedos arms on different bodies?
I think
Tentacles, or like the attach with the attachment kind of thing, like yeah, that'd be interesting. What else could you do with that attachment? That's kind of an interesting thought. To have like 4 more limbs coming off the back. You could have like a sidekick riding on the back or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I would love like an ogre scale figure that has a sidekick riding on the back.
That'd be
The
cool.
goblin.
Dragon Blaster Skeletor tribute.
Mm-hmm. Dragon Blaster Skeletor, Master Blaster tribute.
Yeah. I really like this idea, Patrick. The campfire set idea is really cool, especially like, like thinking back to the Justin figure, like that photo that Trevor took with Justin, like by the fire and stuff. Like, I could totally see them revamping that whole figure and doing it like as a set with something.
It would be like a really neat set just to have like a campfire, just like something that's not like all fighting and everything, just that kind of like solemn, quiet moment. That would be really neat.
Yeah, and that could be the calm before the storm of this big war that's about to happen. Fire pit with a pig stick. There you go.
It reminds me of one of my favorite episodes of what was it called? From Game of Thrones is it's my favorite episode. It's the one where the wildlings attack Castle Black.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the scene before it begins of the wildlings are all around the campfire and they're like talking smack to each other and everything, and then you hear like the horn in the distance, right? And they're like, it's time. Like that all of like the calm before the storm parts were so cool. So some type of set to build out a scene like that would be awesome.
Oh god, now it's in my head where it's just like they're all sitting around. Atlas is there. Artemis is there. Scapular's off to the side saying something, and then it just has where it's like you said, the horn or just like the call or something. It's just like, well, it's time to stop screwing around.
Watchers on the Wall is the name of the episode. Sorry.
There you go.
It's my favorite episode ever.
Atlas scapular 2-pack battle armor style ready for the war. If they could do. If they do that, I think they'll do them separate too. It'll be if they do something like that. I think it'll be just like they did with the horses, in the 4 waves, where you could get them separate or you could get the special 2-pack. And that idea, that notion in general is interesting to me, because if they did the bear, I mean, everybody is predicting a bear. and Atlas 2, right? Maybe if they did that, that's what it could be in terms of the 2-pack option, you know?
I'd be here for that. And I thought about it like, okay, so like a version 2 Atlas, obviously has where it's like the Leoster faction, like he was the original leader, thing like that. What if they had where the figure itself was like deluxe and it came with like, maybe more armored, but then also came with pieces to have that barbarian part where it's just like, it's a bare arm, this, that, just to kind of get close to the original, but not be completely
Right.
the same one.
I like that idea. Give people a chance to kind of get the original look, but like then totally revamp it and make it convertible.
Mm-hmm. And do the same thing with Scapular, where he has some sweet robes and then full armor, or at least most armor there, instead of having his thighs out.
New skateboards.
Torture devices.
Whoops.
They went totally different direction.
Torture
Not the
devices.
comedy
I could see
Lord.
Sons of the Red Star like getting into torture.
What if we got a figure obscure of Pit and the Pendulum next? There we go.
There you go. Hey, have any of you guys watched the
Not yet.
Follow the House of Usher?
First 2 episodes
yet.
in.
How is it so far?
I love it. And
Okay.
it seems like this year has been like, I don't know how the Horsemen did it with doing like Mask of the Red Death. This year is like Poe's year. Because like with Follow the House of Usher, they had the second episode as Mask of the Red Death, and their adaptation of it, like it really is like a modern version where like Prince Prospero is that wealthy douche kid, and he just disregards everything just to have like this ridiculous orgy party thing, and just super exclusive and high class, and just
so does it seem like you're gonna get like a different Poe story each episode, or
it seems like the House of Usher, the idea of like the family members all dying and everything, has where it's the wraparound, and then each character has where like it'll be a Poe story.
Right.
Because even his granddaughter is named Lenore. So I'm like,
okay, yeah.
Guess who's doing this? Mike Flanagan knows what you're doing.
Cool. Yeah, that's gonna be like my Halloween watch. I'm gonna watch that.
It's right in the vibe for it.
Okay, so I haven't even looked at the episode titles yet. Apparently, the titles give you Post Story Gonza. Nice, cool. I wasn't sure. Like I saw the trailer and I was like, like it looks okay. Like I think I'm gonna watch it now.
Definitely. And just have your Mask of the Red Death with you and be like, oh yeah.
Okay. I want to see some treasures for the Sons of the Red Star. A treasure, like just a treasure chest, some wealth, like that'd be a cool accessory.
That would be cool. Oh God, like because like I think the only kind of accessories I have like that are like the Two-Face money stuff from Mezco, where it was like the piles of like gold bars or money, and then like the what was it from
John Wick? John Wick had
the
a chest with some money
for that, and oh God, it was the Dungeons and Dragons beholder, and it's like pile of kind of like gold it sits on. I could totally go for some treasure.
With 2 goblins to carry it, according to King Castle. Bags of gold, gems, bars of mithril. Yeah.
Maybe some armor pieces that have where they're like really fancy colored stuff, gold, gems painted on them, things like that.
All right. I think we're winding down here. A ballista. I like that. Of all of the like war weapons, siege weapons and stuff like that, something like a ballista I think would be really cool. I think it'd be the right size. It just seems like just the right thing, and you can position the characters with it, aiming it and stuff, and loading it. I feel like that would be a really good one, as opposed to like a battering ram is cool, but it's like how are you
You
gonna?
need a castle wall.
Yeah, you
You
need a
need castle
castle
doors, I mean.
walls. Yeah, and just like positioning figures all around, like it just feels like that feels like a large thing for like a small object. I don't know, like all the figures around it feel like you could put one or two figures with like a ballista. I think.
So
Um,
maybe not this year, but there's so much centered around the war happening at the Castle of Four Walls, and we've seen pictures of it over and over and over. Would they ever do maybe not a full castle because that'd be insane, but a partial castle diorama slash playset? I mean, sometimes I get the feeling when people ask that and there's somebody from the Horsemen on, it seems like they kind of push it aside a little bit. So
mm,
there's something about it that makes it seem like that they wouldn't do it, but it just seems weird for them to constantly be talking about this thing that's like the central, you know, environment that this epic battle is going to take place, and it's on packaging and it's all over and it's never going to be made. Is that something they just leave to the dio makers?
I mean, in the write up, the two things that were really said was Noble Bear, just Noble Bear stuff,
Mhm.
and then Castle of the Four Sides. And like when you said it, it was clicking with me at the same time. There, just going like, what if they started putting out panels or pieces or like the bottom base or like some sort of build up for that? And then like we have where we talked about like the Great Beasts possibly coming. If they had where it was like, hey, you get Basilia, you get the Basilia side, and you can link it in there and just if they did
That would
that,
be
if they did that
that would be
system,
people would freak out, and that people would also complain, but
oh yeah, they
most
complain,
people
and you
would
know what?
freak out.
They can stop it. Yeah, uh, that would be awesome because they have so many like third party things with like at least with Transformers
uh,
they had like
Right
the
on top of the flag, right next to the cat's lair when it gets here.
exactly. But they had like the wall pieces for like doing displays with them for the masterpiece ones. If it was just like the wall piece that could just link together with another one and match left and right, you could just build it as big as you wanted to, buy as many as you need to.
Yeah, you could do it in such a way where each part of the castle, like each one of those sides, has a piece of the base, and you could just display it with just that side. And it would be a cool background for your figures. Maybe even
Mhm.
having a couple parts where you could have a figure on the wall or something like that. And you could just do that if you wanted. Or if you wanted to buy two pieces, you could turn it caddy corner and it can be in an environment like that. Or if you wanted to, you could get all 4 or 5 pieces and put them together.
Speaking
Eric,
of games,
Jeremy, call us. We got you.
we got ideas, guys.
More 3D shields. Yeah,
Mhm.
a bear shield. Be sick.
That seems definite, right? Maybe
Yeah.
not definite, but it seems like a very likely.
Yeah, yeah. Anytime they can just like do the 3D faction on a on a three or do a faction on a 3D shield, I think they'll probably take that opportunity.
78 points.
Awesome work by 78 points of articulation, by the way. I don't have my turtle set, the Mirage like turtle set on display right now. I'm trying to figure out where to put it, but it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. You could put it right next to the cat's lair and call it the Castle of Nine Lives.
Hell yeah. It must be getting late. But here's the thing. One thing is for sure, I've already ordered the cat's lair. If they ever do any type of castle, if the horsemen ever do any type of castle, I'm getting that too. So
Yeah,
I guess I'll just have to figure it out.
Oh
yeah.
god, if it was like the Cat's Lair or like Castle Grayskull, where it can fold in on itself or fold out like the Cat's Lair did to make a bleh, the mountainside
Mountains.
on there. If the Castle of the Four Sides had where the drawbridges folded out to make the like that'd be neat. Oh, stop it, Jonathan. Stop it.
Yeah, and you could buy never mind.
You could buy.
No, it's only 4. It's 4. It's 4 sides. Damn it,
Mhm.
Jonathan. Stop it. It's 4.
Well, but you could fold out the four sides and have it be flat for a shelf, right? And or
or
have it
the
be a central thing.
interior
Right. The
and
other
have like
side would have the interior. Yeah.
Have like,
Or
oh,
you
you got
could,
your first floor, and now you're battling down here. Oh, it's too much
or you
fun.
could buy 2 sets and have like a bridge connecting them, right? That would be sweet.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could buy 4 of them and just put walls up.
They're facing each other.
All right. All right, guys. Let's wrap this one up. YouTube channels. Billy Beige Customs. What do you got coming up? You working on anything right now?
I'm always putting out a random video. I still have the Mythic Legions Figure Obscura giveaway right now. If you're a channel subscriber, go to the Mythic Legion Figure Obscura giveaway video, comment on there. If you're not a subscriber, go subscribe, go comment on there. As soon as I hit 950, I draw for Mephitor and Scaphoid. And when I hit 1,000, I draw for a Red Death. So get in there, win, guys. You can do it.
And Jonathan, Hedgehog Action. What are you working on right now? Anything?
Yeah, that's first, also, everybody, if you haven't checked it out yet at all, if you like Halloween at all, if you like fun at all, check out the Billy Beige channel. He's doing an awesome Monster Madness thing all Halloween long. I love the Toy Ghoul character, is hilarious. I love the Tendril review, was awesome. So check it out. It's a lot of fun. I dig it. I haven't watched the Predator one yet, but I'm going to.
I'll go ahead and say I was wrong. His gun does stick to his back, but it's very not solid. But
that's all right. You came out. You're a man of integrity. You know. Yeah. I just I put out a couple of videos about New York Comic Con. I did go to New York Comic Con, met up with a bunch of the crew there, met up with Trevor there, went out to dinner with Trevor and the guys from the Legendary Kickstarter. They were really awesome. Oh, real quick. So, did I say this before? I don't think I said it today, but so Trevor and I were out to dinner with the Legendary guys, and they brought another gentleman with them that was just hanging out, was at dinner. We're having a good time. And it turns out he was Andy Lanning, who is like essentially a co-creator of the modern Guardians of the Galaxy team. And we were like, what? And he was like, I guess he was at their booth for New York Comic Con. It was like signing autographs. So that was really, really cool. Just a cool little story. I think I might have one more video took a bunch of footage at New York Comic Con. I did some lives from there. And I think I'm going to do one more for the Plunderlings booth that I'm going to put up. Did do an interview with Brian Flynn that I put up. And I got a couple of other things lined up where I'm going to start, like everybody else, doing more LegionsCon stuff. So that's going to be coming out soon. So just keep an eye on the channel, guys, and appreciate any love you can show. And Bill, thank you for having me on again, man. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you both for coming on. Thank you to the viewers for hanging out. We had a really big audience tonight. We rarely hit 100, and we had over 100 for pretty much the entire show. So huge thank you to all of you. And just a quick reminder, when this ends, go down into the comments of the video, not just the chat right now, but the comments of the video after, and try to come up with a prediction, a theory about the Rising Suns that hasn't been mentioned in this episode of like hundreds of different ideas. Just try to think of something different that hasn't been mentioned. And thank you all again. And until next time, may the force be with you.